Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Abhay. Good morning. How are you?
सर बढ़िया सर, आप कैसे हैं सर?
Yeah, मैं भी
सर
ठीक. Thank you. Okay, so शुरू करें.
तो गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल. तो आज हम मिशन कर्मयोगी के अंडर जो साधना सप्ताह हो रहा है उसके अंदर ही ये एक प्रोग्राम है जिसको हमने सामूहिक चर्चा या पैनल डिस्कशन नाम दिया है. और उससे पहले थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ कर दो कि ये 2 से 8 तारीख तक हम लोग का ये प्रोग्राम चल रहा है सब साधना सप्ताह. साधना सप्ताह में हम लोग का 3 काम मेनली दिया गया है. एक काम है जो हम लोग को मिनिमम 4 आवर लर्निंग करना है आईगॉट में और स्पेशली एआई रिलेटेड. और वो हम लोग देखा है हम लोग सब लोग कर रहे हैं और उम्मीद करते हैं और 2 दिन है. इन 2 दिनों में आप लोग और इसमें लर्निंग जो आवर बढ़ाएंगे. तो और इसमें एक ही चीज़ है एआई में जब आप लोग प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करते हैं लिखा ही रहते हैं जो एआई को यूज़ कीजिए, टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ कीजिए, लेकिन उस जो भी उसका आउटपुट है उसको दोबारा सा देखिए, उसको जांच कीजिए, तभी उसको यूज़ कीजिए. ऐसा एक इंसिडेंट मेरा साथ ही हुआ. आज सुबह आपने देखा होगा एक टायर मैंने वो एआई यूज़ करके बनाया था, लेकिन उसमें एक मिस्टेक आ गया था, फिर मैंने उसको डिलीट किया. तो इस टाइप का चीज़ एक इंसिडेंट है, इस टाइप का होते रहे तो हमें वो प्रिकॉशन लेना है. और ये सब चीज़ें हम लोग का जो लर्निंग टाइम में ये सब ये बार-बार इसको हम लोग को डराता है. और नेक्स्ट हम लोग को काम दिया गया था जो हम लोग का जो मैंडेटरी कोर्सेज था उसको टाइम लिमिट बढ़ा के अप्रैल 30 अप्रैल तक किया है. लेकिन वो लोग बोला है अगर विदिन दिस वीक अगर उस प्रोग्राम को आप लोग करेंगे तो उसको भी माना जाएंगे जो आप लोग साधना सप्ताह के पार्ट है, उस प्रोग्राम को भी, मैंडेटरी कोर्सेज को भी. तो उम्मीद करता हूँ जिन्होंने कंप्लीट नहीं किया है जो मैंडेटरी कोर्सेज तो इसी वीक को कंप्लीट कीजिए, क्योंकि इसमें 2 फायदा है. एक तो हम आपका मैंडेटरी कोर्सेज कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, दूसरे इस साधना सप्ताह भी उसमें काउंट हो जाएगा. और लास्ट जो आज हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं सामूहिक चर्चा. और सामूहिक चर्चा के हम लोग को थीम ऑलरेडी दे दिया है और थीम आपको दे दिया जो अपने सबने नोटिफिकेशन में मिला है. उसमें हम लोग का है गवर्नेंस चैलेंजेस, रिफॉर्म प्रायोरिटीज एंड गुड प्रैक्टिसेस. तो इसके ऊपर हम लोग अभी डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं. तो उस प्रोग्राम के लिए हम लोग का सैमुअल सर को हमें जस्ट चर्चा के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूँ. हम लोग का जीएम सर दिल्ली से है, सर को मैं इस चर्चा के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूँ एज ए पैनलिस्ट. और डीएफए मैडम है, डीएफए मैडम एज ए फाइनेंस के तरफ से वो पैनलिस्ट रहेंगे. तो एक एक करके हम जो बोर्ड के अंदर गवर्नेंस चैलेंजेस है, रिफॉर्म प्रायोरिटीज हम लोग क्या ले रहे हैं और क्या हम गुड गवर्नेंस प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं और हम लोग का प्लानिंग है, उसके ऊपर आज डिस्कशन करेंगे. और इसमें हम लोग बेसिकली पैनलिस्ट जो लोग हैं वही लोग बताएंगे और बाकी यहाँ लोग तो इधर पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. और जो फील्ड ऑफिसर्स है वो लोग ऑनलाइन हम लोग से जुड़े हुए हैं थ्रू आईगॉट. तो वो लोग शायद ऑलरेडी आईगॉट में उनको लिंक दिया गया था. उम्मीद करता हूँ वो लोग ऑलरेडी आईगॉट के थ्रू ज्वाइन कर लिया होगा. और हम उसको आगे बढ़ते हुए जस्ट मुझे 2-3 पॉइंट जो हम लोग का गवर्नेंस चैलेंजेस क्या क्या हो सकता है बोर्ड में और क्या क्या है. तो उसमें तो हम सब कुछ पता है. एक तो लिमिटेड इंस्टीट्यूशन कैपेसिटी हम लोग का है, कोऑर्डिनेशन गैप्स एमंग डिफरेंट विंग्स ये मैंने फील किया, इम्प्रोवर मैन पावर, डाटा मैनेजमेंट, हम लोग का कुछ ट्रांसपेरेंसी की कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स है, improper tracking of financial transaction, inefficient resource allocation, contractor conflicts and lack of community participation. ये सब चैलेंजेस हमने देखा है बोर्ड में. और उसको रिफॉर्म करने के लिए हम इंस्टीट्यूशन जो फ्रेमवर्क है उसको स्ट्रेंथनिंग कर रहे हैं, इंटेलिजेंसी कोऑर्डिनेशन हम लोग बढ़ा रहे हैं, हम लोग डाटा ड्रिवन गवर्नेंस में जा रहे हैं, डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कर रहे हैं, हम लोग फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट को भी एनहेंस कर रहे हैं, अकाउंटेबिलिटी सिस्टम को ठीक कर रहे हैं. और जो पार्टिसिपेटरी गवर्नेंस है उसको भी हम बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं और स्टेक होल्डर एंगेजमेंट को कर रहे हैं. इसके लिए हम लोग क्या क्या गुड प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, जैसे एग्जांपल्स हमने जो एडब्ल्यू का रिक्रूटमेंट है इस बार आईआईटी का पोर्टल को यूज़ करके किया है, जिससे कि हम लोग का ट्रांसपेरेंसी और एफिशिएंसी बढ़ा है. और हमने कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग और कॉन्टिन्यूस लर्निंग प्रोग्राम निहारी में कर रहे हैं, जिससे कि हम लोग का सबका ही कैपेसिटी डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है. और हम लोग प्लानिंग विंग में रिसेंटली जीआईएस सेल डेवलप किया है, और इस जीआईएस सेल से हम लोग का जीआईएस जो काम होगा उससे हम लोग का प्लानिंग और मॉनिटरिंग में ट्रांसपेरेंसी और बढ़ेंगे। और उसके बाद कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन, जैसे हमने डोंग इरिगेशन में आपने सुना होगा, हम कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन के साथ कर रहे हैं। इससे अलग अलग प्रोग्राम हम लोग कर रहे हैं और करने का प्लान है। रेगुलर मॉनिटरिंग एवोल्यूशन हम लोग कर रहे हैं थ्रू पीआरसी, डीक्यूआईसी, स्वानसी, ये सब से हमें कंटिन्यूसली मॉनिटरिंग, और उसको हमने कैसे वर्चुअल मोड में भी फील्ड का काम कैसे देख सकते हैं, इस टाइप से हमें कैसे उसको और अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं, सब कुछ हम लोग कर रहे हैं। तो इसी से पॉइंट्स को हम आगे बढ़ते। फर्स्ट हम फाइनेंस विंग से मैडम को रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप फाइनेंस विंग की तरफ से आप थोड़ा सा दो शब्द बताइए।
Good morning, Chairman sir. Good morning, GM sir, my colleagues and my friends. It's a great opportunity or platform, I should say, that the office has given me to talk about on the topic of good governance and challenges and reforms. What can be done in respect of finance and accounts activities. So basically, finance and accounts is a core pillar of one of the core pillars of any organization. And in this respect, the responsibility also increases with this statement. So the good governance, this concept is it is relevant and will remain relevant all the time because of few principles like transparency, accountability, efficiency, economy, and rule of law, like application of compliances of the Government of India rules, GFR, etc. So considering today's topic, that is good governance, the first point, that is good governance. So I should mention the best practices which take place in Brahmaputra board related to the finance and accounts activities. First of all, that is the real-time fund flow management through PFMS. We receive the fund through PFMS and we spend through PFMS. And this for this, the direct beneficiary transfer is possible, DBT is possible. Then from the point of view of audit, the APMS portal and the G-Connect portal, which we have recently, the government of the ministry has recently provided us with these portals, the credentials of these portals for doing all the transactions of audit, like the receiving of the audit paras, compliances through these portals. APMS portal is basically for PSC para compliances, and G-Connect portal is for transaction and transaction audit compliances. And other good practices, always as we are doing that, complying with the provisions of GFR and Government of India rules. The next thing we are doing is the timely submission of annual accounts to the board and obtaining the approval, and then the SAR audit is, that is the certification audit is done in time, at least for last few years. And then the creation of audit cell. But there are some constraints in this, which I'll tell later on. Then timely utilization of funds received under received under the grant of aids. So these are some of the best practices we are doing. And challenges, if I say, first challenge I must tell is the acute manpower. Due to which many of the activities are affected. Then digitization is a big challenge. Only we are using the PFMS platforms, And recently, I mean, the recent introduction of APMS and G Connect, which I told about the audit purposes, CAG audit purposes. So these are the two things, I mean, we are using right now, but that's why the full digitization, or at least the major portion of the activities, if it is digitized, then time reporting and real-time reporting is will be better, and transparency will be better. So, and then the next challenge, what I feel is the coordination, as Dr. Ranjit Deka has rightly said. The coordination with the field units, maybe this is due to the lack of manpower, I should say, and also digitization. So these two factors are affecting this coordination problem. And then as Ranjit has said, that data-driven management is a big challenge. Because of this, many of the things we are not able to track. Suppose the processing of bills. Processing of bills we are doing in the traditional method. So that has that creates a problem of tracking and timely disposal of bills. Even though we are trying to do that, because we have to do for the proper utilization of funds, so that we are doing. But that since we are not using the digital platforms, so that is a challenge for us. So considering these challenges, if I say that reforms, then introduction of e-bill system, that should be done immediately, which will help us to track the, timely submission of bill, tracking of bills, and disposal of bills. And then as I said initially, that manpower crunch is a problem. So the increase in the strength will be, shall be done for better performance or effective performance of the section. Then timely audit of the field units. Timely audit of the field units will help us to for many reform activities, many reforms to be done in the field level, which we are unable to do. Though the audit cell has been created, we shall try to do the audit of the field units. And then as I have said before, that introduction of e-bill. So likewise, adoption of technology-based reporting in many of the activities will help us for better reporting and transparency. And then the training programs for the accounts people, for capacity building and data management. So data management will be possible if we go for technology-driven activities. Then data management will be possible. So these are the points related to finance and accounts.
Thank you, madam. Now I request our GM sir to tell about our initiative in establishment in technology and other things. Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू वेरी मच रंजीत जी। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, उपस्थित सभी वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, ब्रह्मपुत्रा बोर्ड के देवियों सज्जनों, आज हम लोग एक सामूहिक चर्चा के लिए आज उपस्थित हुए हैं अपने आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय की अध्यक्षता में, जिसका विषय आज का है हमारा गवर्नेंस चैलेंजेस, रिफॉर्म्स, प्रायोरिटीज एंड गवर्नमेंट गुड गवर्नेंस प्रैक्टिसेस। एंड जो हम बात करेंगे आज इन जनरल वाटर सेक्टर के बारे में मैं कुछ बात करना चाहता हूँ जो वी आर फेसिंग, और पर्टिकुलरली वी विल टॉक अबाउट द ब्रह्मपुत्र बोर्ड इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट. तो दो basically, as you know, water is being dealt in very fragmented institutional different institutional authorities are there who are just managing the water basically, because as you know, water is part of our constitution, and that is entry 70 is there, and schedule 7 of our constitution that gives the state as a power of being in a state list. State has exclusive power over the water, and in the same way one more entry is there, entry 56, that gives the power for the inter management of the interstate rivers basically. So that's why we have a different structures for managing the water in our country at central level, state level, and local bodies also basically. So coordination among very fragmented coordination is there, institutional coordination is there presently, as we all are facing this challenge, and in board also, because we are mandated to manage a very mighty rivers basically of our country, and nearly that is commanding 1/3 of water resource potential of our country. So same way we are also facing in the central, state, and local body coordination is a big challenge we are facing in water sector. And second, I want to flag the issue that is the transboundary issues basically. Transboundary issue is important because we are managing, we are mandated to manage Brahmaputra basin, and it's a very is a transboundary river, and its major catchment is falls in the Tibetan Autonomous Region that is in under the control of China. It's a big issue basically, and it commands nearly 80 BCM of water in during lean season that we used to get basically. And currently we don't have any mechanism established with China for sharing any data, any kind of data. Earlier, small mechanism were there, but now it is also in limbo. So we are currently, this issue is very, very important basically to tackle. And we don't have any data sharing other mechanism also. Nothing is there. We don't have any agreement on this river. It's a mighty river and commands 1/3 of the potential of the country. Still we don't have any mechanism. So that's a big issue we need to tackle. And as we all know that we are facing a limited institutional capacity issue in terms of manpower, in terms of their technical expertise and other things. It's not a case of Brahmaputra board only. In any institutions you will go, we will find it that they are having a inadequate manpower and technical capacity, particularly managing the water resource development is very limited. And the same have been, I think we have discussed this also in Bhutan conference, if Ranjit recollect correctly. So this issue have been flagged because we are not having that kind of expertise and manpower to manage our vast water resources potential and challenges that is now day by day increasing in this area basically. And one more thing that is very, very important, because our mandate is to mitigate or just to mitigate the risk of this flood and erosion problem that is being faced by this area of this, particularly Assam Valley, that have been defined in our Board Act. So we are not doing anything that is proactive kind of. We are only doing the reactive approach. We are just applying the reactive approach to manage these issues, and it is also is a big concern basically. Till date we will do only reactive kind of things. We can do only cosmetic management of these things, and we have to do thorough management, and then we have to structure, and we have to be proactive with our planning, with our interventions, with our funding and other mechanisms in place. That's only will serve the purpose for which we have been created. And environmental concerns, as you know, is very, very coming in coming days. It have been become forefront of managing the water resource sector. Any management leading to the construction infrastructure development will meet with this challenge. Basically, we have to develop our projects, our things in such a way that's sustainable. Sustainable in that kind. Environmental concerns we have to address. A lot of environmental concerns are there. And we have basically, earlier participation, community participation was not in play basically, but nowadays it is very, very important. As we know, Siang project have been conceived in 1955, and till date we are just doing the some survey, drilling and other things for making the revised DPR. It's a very huge projects and very strategic and national important projects. In spite of being that, we are not making any headway as that is required for this kind of projects basically. The reason is this community participation. We are not able to come with a solution that people have a faith on the government, trust on the government and system, so that they can just contribute in a positive manner basically. They are always behaving as the obstacles for doing such kind of development. It's very, very important that we have to address this community issue basically, and we need to ensure the community participation for developing these projects and other things. And one more thing that is very, very crucial and very important is the data and technology deficit. As I have already mentioned that water is being dealt by different organizations basically, and nearly I have listed out nearly 44 stakeholders are there for the water. 44 stakeholders means just a very cursorily we can say is a 44, maybe 100 stakeholders may be there for the water sector. It's a multi-sectoral and multi-stakeholder commodity nowadays it has become. Then data is there, but in a very isolated kind of things is there, and quality of the data is also a big issue basically, because any project we have to make for the development of water resources, that will require a very data that should be centrally managed, and its quality should be ensured, because garbage in garbage out concept is there. So what kind of data you are using, the result will be there basically. So it's very, very important that the country at large should do something to make a centralized data system, and there should be some organization who are specifically interested with this kind of work to collect a good quality of data basically. That's a need of our, and Central Water Commission is doing that part, but we have to go a long way in this way basically. And there is a technology deficit also at a different level basically. The states are at different levels, center are at different level, we are using different things, state are using different things, and obviously they have to come to the center for different issues, because they lack the funding capacity and other things. They have to come to the center, and for also technology, for any technical advice and other things. So that's why I'm saying that there should be some sort of arrangement that we should be at the same level. Otherwise, they will be in a different space always. If a center is at a very high level of technology-driven institutions, state don't have and local bodies don't have, then managing the water will be very difficult, basically. So there should be some mechanism we should think of, basically, the reforms kind of yes, in a way that at least the center and state should be on the same level of technology. There should be no deficit. And as you know, climate change is just making the difficult subject of this water more complex and more difficult. And the situation is that in coming 100 years, we are not going to lack the water. Obviously, we are going to get more water as a recent study. But obviously, the more water will come in a very less time. So intense spell of the rainfall and an extensive spell of the dry season will be there. So obviously, we have this will what it will lead to. It will lead to the more complex kind of thing, and management issue will be there obviously. So these are the challenges basically, and for effective governance of this water sector, we need to integrate basically. So we have to have the integrated approach, technology driven. Our approach should be technology driven, and it should be participatory basically. So these subject of this today's subject is governance challenge reforms and good governance. Basically is a link. in my view, it is a link basically. The challenges gives us the opportunity basically to reform our institutions, and the reforms will lead to the good governance basically. Because good governance is the outcome of our reforms, and reforms for what we will do the reforms. We will just to mitigate the challenges and just to cater the challenges, tackle the challenges. We do the reforms. So these things are related and maybe a cyclic also. We'll start the positive cycle, then obviously the things will come on. And these are dynamic thing basically. It's not a static. One time reforms or one time things are not enough. It has to be a continuous kind of thing. So these are few things basically, and lot things I want to tell, but basically is a time constraint. So if time permits, I can say something about, sir, the reforms that we carried out.
Yes.
So basically, is good governance. What is good governance? Basically, the reforms I just I mentioned that these challenges, just to mitigate these challenges, just to tackle these challenges, we do reforms, and these reforms lead to good governance. So reforms be carried out in our board also, because as challenges I've mentioned, so we face a big challenge in terms of this limited institutional capacity and our reactive approach in handling this flood and erosion issue, and then limited community participation, and this data and technology deficit basically. And climate change, we have not touched that. These four issues are very glaring for the Brahmaputra board. That's why we tried to do some reforms to mitigate these challenges. And basically, as you know, to increase the capacity of the people, Nihari is continuously working for that, and under our guidance and direction of our respected chairman, sir. And we are doing a lot of good works in this, sir. I got is also is a, I think is a silver lining basically, and providing a nice platform for our officials and everybody to just learn new things in the field of this governance and other things. And basically, since we joined in Brahmaputra board, one thing that we faced, that digital thing was very lacking. So it was thought that we need to do some digital transformation of Brahmaputra board, because good governance is basically have four pillars basically. One is your efficiency and transparency, accountability, and inclusiveness. So at least three pillars, those are most important. That is your efficiency and accountability and transparency. So to ensure that, and based on this guiding framework of these, we tried to do something basically. So e-office have been implemented fully in Brahmaputra board, and now the entire field and headquarter are functioning with this e-office. It has been, I think, started in 2022 or something, sometime before we joined in Brahmaputra board. But its functionality and its increase in the field office have been ensured. Now 100% we are doing e-office. So e-office is just putting a lot of, giving a lot of efficiency increment is there, accountability and transparency ensuring that. Then PFMS we have operationalized at headquarter level. It's a financial management system is there, so inbuilt. So it also gives a lot of this efficiency, accountability and transparency. Then we have we have installed this Aadhaar-based attendance system in headquarter and Delhi office, and we have to, I think, we have to do this for the field office also. And for this year, we have a target, sir. We will do this. And EHRMS we have fully operationalized at headquarter, and this need to be operationalized at field level. And we are also using Tally software for this accounting system. We are doing with, and this BBAMS we are developing, and STQC is underway, and we are very hopeful that by end of this June 2026 we will be able to just launch this. And a new website is also under preparation. STQC we are developing that, and once we will develop and get the STQC certification and others, we will launch this. This time we are thinking to start a new thing. We want to do a new feature, a chatbot kind of thing in our website, so that small queries of the public can be addressed immediately. And recruitment, obviously, as Ranjit has said, that we have done a forge a collaboration with IIT Guwahati to do our recruitment for this AEE, and it is just a portal support we have taken from the IIT. It's a very now we have done it very speedily, only because of this basically. The process have been streamlined. We have improved transparency. No paperwork, very few paperwork was required basically, and processing was very fast, and it lead to better efficiency. So now we have three AEEs in our official capacity now increased, and in near future we are hoping that nearly 4 people are coming to join basically. So, sir, basically, one more thing I want to say, these digital transformation is very good, sir. But if we don't have in place a monitoring system of these outcome of these digital transformation system like e-office and Sparrow, like EHRMS and other things, GEM and things, that will lead to the same fate, basically, lead to the inefficiency, lead to the unaccountability, lead to intransparency, basically. So for this, we are thinking, sir, and we are developing a dashboard kind of thing, at which at a one glance we will be able to figure it out what is happening. The entire MIS system, earlier you might be knowing that they make a Excel kind of thing and give the printout. Then analyzing those Excels and things are very time consuming, and at a glance we are not getting anything. So that's why we are developing this dashboard kind of thing for these all our e-files and Aadhaar-based monitoring system, then our GEM, Sparrow, EHRMS also. So that it will give a complete picture at a glance. One thing more, because in field office we are executing the projects. So to increase the transparency, accountability, and other things, we need to ensure that whatever the quantity have been executed there, that need to be verifiable. It should be, and the quality also should be verifiable. So we are, for just porcupine kind of thing, we are trying with a AI initiative, AI ML porcupine counting system, by the videograph that have been that used to be taken by the field officers while placing these porcupines. So we are going headway in this direction. So by June 2026, we will have this models in place. And once the video is there, we can count the porcupines, how many have been launched in the river. And we are also working for this underwater cameras and underwater monitoring systems, because monitoring of these underwater quantity is very, very important to ensure this accountability and transparency in executing our projects. And so one thing that is a very important initiative, and we started with this under your guidance, sir, the Smart India Hackathon. And in that productivity have been flagged as a problem issue. The measurement of the productivity and our APAR system, how it can be made more objective. Otherwise, it is more a subjective kind and based on a perception kind of. So it should be a data-driven kind of. And IIT Jammu student have been the first prize winners are there. So they are working on this, and we are going to have them on as an intern. And within 6 months, they will be able to, I think, come with solution, and that will be a great achievement for our board to enhance our productivity, sir. One thing, sir, that is very important, and for this year we are just giving a target to establish a data center and a data management portal. Is very important, sir, because we are mandated to make the master plan, DPRs for big river systems. So obviously we are playing with a huge data. And currently also we have a lot of plethora of data we have with us. Need to be managed in a better way, because otherwise it will lead to duplicacy of the efforts and wastage of the exchequer. So we want to create a data center where we have a centralized data storage and other things, repository kind of, that will have all kind of data basically that is required for planning and making our master plans and details. And that can be shared with the state government also, our basin state also, because they need not to do the same efforts we have done. So this is our basically the idea for this, sir. And you, as we have already started this preparation of a state of art master plan, and this is with more inclusive approach, because all stakeholders are onboarded on a different committees, and we used to call them and we used to take their advice and their suggestions while doing our master planning work. So these are the few things, sir, and I wish to mention at this occasion. Obviously, we'll do the reforms. We will instill the good governance in Brahmaputra Board. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you, sir. Now it's time to encourage our learner. Actually, under guidance of Chairman sir, we have decided that we should acknowledge the time which we are giving for learning in IGOT. And from December, we are doing an exercise where we are monitoring all activities, like how much training module you have completed, how much time you have given, and accordingly we give some score against every employee. And from December, I think already these are declared, and you have got all the names in the our group, WhatsApp group. Now we are giving these certificates from our Chairman sir. So first, I am requesting the winners of December 2025. First prize is to Avik Datta. So please come, Avik Datta.
Congratulations. Thank you. Well done. पैसा तो आपको मिल गया होगा।
Second prize to Ranjan Rai.
करके लगाइए। Very good.
Ranjan Rai for second prize in December.
पैसा मिल गया? हाँ?
Third prize, Thaloy. Today he is absent. Then in January 2026, Ramananda Devnath got the prize, first prize, 5,000 rupees, please.
For January.
January. Then second prize was for Suren Bhagawati, but we are sorry that उसको prize देते देते वो retire ही हो गया.
तो उसको बुला लेते?
हाँ, वो बाद में बुला लेंगे सर. आज तो formal program था. Next, Sirag, he is from Hill, I think, and उसको भी पहुंचा देंगे सर. Next, for February 2026, Silpika Bora is the winner, first prize winner.
Congratulations. So you got the money? Receive the money?
वही देते वही लेते हैं.
Accounts ने खुद ही.
Next, Shekhar Das is the second prize winner for January 2026. Gitu Burman is the third winner. Third prize winner, Gitu Burman.
Congratulations. You are our shining star in I got. You know? Come this way. Very good. Well done.
Next, coming to Sir Mars, we have also selected yesterday the winners of Mars 2026. Durgadas is the first winner, but he is from the field. So
So let's give him a big hand.
second winner is Gitali Bora from accounting. So they have to got the money now.
Congratulations. Well done.
And third prize winner is Ajay Kumar Shaw, MTS. So very good winning prize.
Congratulations. बहुत बढ़िया. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our chairman, sir, to give this speech on this special occasion. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Ranjit Deka for organizing this program as a part of Sadhana Saptah celebrations. It is, I think, a very, very important program today because it helps us in reflecting on some fundamental. So everybody is here from the headquarters. Most of the officials are in this hall, and most of the people from the field, they are also online attending the program. They are joined with the Samuhik Charcha discussions. Our GM and our coordination team, they have joined from the coordination office Delhi. And GM has also taken us through the key issues in the water sector and the journey of reforms that Brahmaputra board has been embarking on, has been marching on. So I'm very happy about all these things. This is a day when it is not just the senior leadership that should think about these strategic issues, that should think about the organization, but everyone, every member in the ranks and files of the organization gets an opportunity to reflect upon the key issues that are affecting our performance, affecting the performance of the organization. So I am thankful to the Capacity Building Commission of the Government of India for organizing Sadhana Saptah and providing this opportunity to all of us to think about governance challenges of Brahmaputra board, let us say, reform priorities, and good governance practices. Sadhana Saptah, actually Sadhana is an acronym. Most of you may not be knowing. Sadhana means practice. Sadhana means going through a very tough, rigorous process in order to excel in any field. So that is also sadhana. And it is in that sense that this acronym has been chosen. So sadhana means strengthening adaptive development and humane attitudes for national advancement. So this is the full form sadhana. So this sadhana is about transformation. This is a sadhana for transformation, which the Capacity Building Commission has embarked upon for the whole nation, for the entire bureaucracy of the country. There are about 1.5 crore officers working in our country. So this sadhana is a sadhana of everyone. All the 1.5 crore officials at different levels, at the center, in the states, in the PSUs, and other government institutions. So we should strengthen our organizations for adaptive development. Adaptive development means that the organization should become more agile, should become more flexible, and should be able to respond to emerging situations, emerging challenges, and keep the nation in front of it. So development of the nation. And with humane aptitudes. That means serving the citizens. With that spirit, seva bhav. No, we all did the Karmayogi training. So seva bhav was the central theme of a Karmayogi as told to us in that training. And for the purpose of national advancement, we have to all work. So it is in this spirit that we should celebrate the Sadhana Saptah. It also coincides with the 5 years of Mission Karmayogi. Mission Karmayogi was launched 5 years ago. So we complete 5 years. So in 5 years, I think Mission Karmayogi has really come of age. And now I think everybody has joined this mission. So this mission will definitely is well poised now to take the country forward, make the bureaucracy future ready for the development of our country into a developed nation, Viksit Bharat. So Mission Karmayogi is basically a mechanism to transform Indian bureaucracy in order to become a catalyst for Viksit Bharat, to ensure that India becomes a developed country by 2047, when we celebrate the 100 years of our independence. The Sadhana Saptah also coincides with the Foundation Day of Capacity Building Commission. Just as we have our Foundation Day, Brahmaputra Board Day, on 11th of January. So similarly, the Capacity Building Commission is celebrating its foundation day with the Sadhana Saptah. This Sadhana Saptah also tells us that we should focus on 3 T's. First is technology. Without adoption of the latest technology and without development of new technologies, innovative technologies, we cannot get ahead of other nations. So if India has to speedily become a developed country, we should focus on technology. And second is tradition. India has a very rich tradition, very rich culture. So our spirit should continue to remain Indian and steeped in our tradition and our values, our culture, our ethos. So that is the second important element that we should keep in mind: technology and tradition. And third is tangible outcomes. That capacity building, self-learning, training, skill development, all these things should not be end in themselves. They are means, they are instruments for achieving some other end. So these should lead to application and better outcomes. And those should be tangible outcomes. And those should also be tracked and monitored. So that also is an important theme of the Capacity Building Commission and Sadhana Saptah. As a part of, during this Saptah, these 7 days, which is from the 2nd of April to the 8th of April, everyone should do at least 4 hours, Actually, we should try and do much more than that. But everyone, nobody should be there who has not done at least 4 hours of learning during this week. So already we are just, now today is the 7th, so tomorrow is the last day, right? Tomorrow is the last. So today and tomorrow, everybody should ensure that at least 4 hours of learning one goes through on IGOT. The other thing is that during this Saptah, the commission wants that we should strive, everybody should strive for 2 badges. One is called the AI Daksh badge, AI Daksh. And second is called the Karmayogi Utkarsh badge. So we should try to get these honors, these badges. And a special emphasis during the Saptah is on learning artificial intelligence. There are a lot of programs on IGOT on artificial intelligence. Everybody should try and learn artificial intelligence. Because artificial intelligence is a major force that has been unleashed into this world. So those who use the AI will be able to march ahead quickly. Those who ignore it will be left behind. So this is the equation as of now. So we should, that is why this Sadhana Saptah emphasizes that we should learn AI and then apply AI. Because if everybody in the organization, everyone, and when I say everyone, including the last rung of the organization, say MTS or the contract staff, everyone should learn AI. Because if everyone learns AI, then it will be easier for the organization to use the AI. The Saptah has also launched some new initiatives like the Karmayogi Kshamta portal, assessment portal, and during this Saptah, there is also an emphasis on assessment, comprehensive assessment of some courses. 50% of the courses, of the mandatory courses, has to be done. You know, the last date has been extended till the 30th of April, but this Saptah is the opportune time to do that assessment. And you also know that our mandatory courses, our performance in these mandatory courses is also going to be assessed as a part of our APAR appraisal. Okay, so annual performance appraisal will have this also as an integral part. So this is the importance of this Saptah, and it also creates awareness. It creates awareness about Viksit Bharat, about capacity building mission, about the importance of capacity building training, about IGOT platform and the kinds of courses that are available on IGOT platform, etc. So I think it's a very important step that the Capacity Building Commission has taken in the right direction, and we should all benefit from it. Now coming to the issue of governance challenges and reform priorities and good governance practices, etc. in Brahmaputra board. Now I would start by appreciating that in the last 2 years or so, Brahmaputra board has undergone some change, some transformation for the better, in the right direction. So a lot of new things are happening in Brahmaputra board. Officers are trying to do their best. We have taken a decision about 2 years back, which was formalized in the meeting of 13th meeting of the High Power Review Board for transformation of Brahmaputra board. We have taken that decision as an organization, and with the approval of the highest policy making body, which is the HPRB. And we, since then, and actually since before that, because we had started that thinking and reflection, and we had articulated what the transformation should be like in Brahmaputra board, and then we went to the HPRB. So since over 2 years now, we have been moving in that direction. Instead of just focusing on the technical aspect of making a DPR and implementing the project, or just making a master plan as a book. Okay, instead of, because that was largely the kind of mindset, organizational mindset with which we were proceeding in the past. So since last about 2 years, we have tried to change that mindset. And we have reflected upon what this organization really needs and how it needs to undergo the transformation. So I want to congratulate today the senior leadership as well as everyone in Brahmaputra board for being on board and supporting the transformation initiative and contributing in the journey for transformation. And gradually, the confidence is growing into the relevance of this initiative and also into the success of this initiative, that yes, we can transform. So there is a greater optimism that is gradually building in the organization. The organization is also becoming younger because a lot of officers are retiring, have retired over the last 2 years. When I had joined here, we had about 220 people on board. Now we have only about 160 people. And that includes some new people who have come either on direct recruitment or on deputation. So about 170, I think we have about 170 people. We have over the last 2 years recruited junior engineers, a big contingent of junior engineers, a big contingent of LDCs and MTS. So we have infused young blood in the organization. So the organization overall is becoming younger. And because the organization is becoming younger, there is greater tendency and greater enthusiasm for change, for technology, for innovation, for good governance, reforms, etc. So this is a good thing. Now, since last 2 years, I have been saying that any organization or even any human being, even an individual, in order to produce something, in order to contribute something to the society, must first develop the capacity to be able to do so, to be able to make that contribution, to be able to produce something worthwhile, which is of value to the society. So we have to develop the capacity. So this production versus production capacity. So I would put it like this, that we were not focusing on production capacity earlier. Now since 2 years, and this entire exercise of transformation strategy is basically an investment into increasing our production capacity, production capability. Okay, so we have to focus. Capacity building commission is nothing. Karmayogi, mission Karmayogi is nothing except the investment of time, investment of resources, investment of energy into increasing production capability of all the organizations, the entire bureaucracy of the nation. So here in our Brahmaputra board, we have to focus on increasing our institutional capacity. If our institutional capacity remains constrained, we will not be able to do any good to the society of the northeastern India. And it is everybody's responsibility to improve the capacity. Because capacity improvement is not an exercise which can be done at the top level. It has to be an exercise in which everybody participates, because everybody's capacity has to be developed. Then only the capacity of the organization will be developed. Another important aspect is that we should reflect upon is that the world is changing, and it is changing very fast. The field of technology is changing. The way the decisions are taken is changing. Data, technology, digitization, artificial intelligence, decision support systems. So the world is changing very, very fast. Now, Brahmaputra board cannot afford to change very, very slowly, because then we will continue to remain behind. We also have to change rapidly. And changing rapidly is possible only if everyone joins this effort. Then only we will be able to change rapidly. So as our Prime Minister says, that if you want to develop, you have to focus on three things, 3S. Number one, standards. You have to have high standards. You have to adopt high standards. If you don't adopt high standard, then there is nothing that will elevate you, right? That will pull you to greater heights. So high standard is very important. The second one is speed. You have to go with speed. And third one is scale. That you have to develop the ability to scale the good practice at a massive dimension. Because if we are doing something good, but it remains just in a small pocket. Let us say we implemented a bioengineering project in one minor stream of Majuli. Okay, we started that exercise about 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, and we have done that project. Okay, now we can keep talking about it, but it will not lead to anything, right? It will not lead to anything. We have to scale. We have to scale any worthwhile thing, any virtuous thing. Then only it becomes the order of the day. Then only it changes the system. Then only it changes the society. Otherwise, it doesn't. So scale is also very important. So let us focus on standards, let us focus on speed, and let us focus on the scale. And let us implement our reform agenda. Also, the ministry has been focusing on reforms. We have promised some reforms in Brahmaputra board to the ministry. We have been embarking on a lot of reforms over the last 2 years. So let us do it. Now today is 7th of April. This is just the beginning of the new financial year. Right? On 1st April, we started the new financial year. So let us dedicate this financial year 2026-27 to this transformation. When we change our Brahmaputra board, we put our Brahmaputra board on a track of transformation from where it will never look back, and it will speedily build into a great organization, an organization of which we can be proud. You see, most of the problems, there are a lot of challenges. Moriam also talked about the challenges. Ranjit also talked about challenges. There are lots of challenges that we have in Brahmaputra board. But let me tell you, these challenges are a symptom, a consequence of the fact that we are a weak organization. When we become a strong organization, when we become a great organization, all these challenges will disappear. If people are not willing to join in Brahmaputra board, it is because nobody is perceiving today that being a part of Brahmaputra board will be a matter of great pride, right? Will be a matter of great pride. But when you become a great organization, then people will have that feeling that, okay, oh, to get a chance to work in Brahmaputra board will be a matter of great pride. We are proud of working in Brahmaputra board, right? So then we will not have the kind of crisis that we are facing. So our priority should be to transform the organization into a great organization. Then we will be able to get past our challenges. So what is it that we need to do? I will just briefly talk about a few points. Number one, we have a challenge of manpower resources, HR challenge. A lot of initiatives have been taken, and our GM in detail explained those reforms that we have started and how some of these reforms have started yielding results. So we have to work on this challenge. We have to also work on a related challenge. That is the challenge of lack of specialization. Because if we have to become a great organization, we must build specialization into our system. So we should have specialists. So we have to go in that direction to develop specialized expertise, to have specialized units in our structure, to have specialized people who are specialists in different fields, to have them in Brahmaputra board, either by hiring or through taking consultancy services, etc. So we have to fill this gap, because today it is the age of specialization. We have to specialize. We have created some specialized cells. Now we should have specialists working in those cells from that field. We need to have a project management consultancy that will be able to provide specialized services to us for the purpose of enhancing our ability, capacity, technical capacity, for making good plans, good DPRs, and for properly monitoring the projects, ensuring that projects are implemented properly in a good manner. We need to also hire people, an agency with the required expertise, which will work on organizational development, institutional strengthening, which will work on digital transformation of the organization. We have been talking about e-governance. We have been talking about artificial intelligence, right? Now this e-governance, artificial intelligence is possible only if there is digitization, only if there is digital transformation of the organization. If the organization remains in offline mode, if the processes remain on offline mode, then you cannot have e-governance. Can you have e-governance? And if you do not have e-governance, can you use the AI? You cannot use the AI. Because for AI, you need digitization, you need digital infrastructure, you need digital literacy, expertise, you need digital databases. If you do not have all these things, you cannot use artificial intelligence. So therefore, like, you can use it only for the purpose of asking questions, getting answers. But you cannot use it for the purpose of improving your services, right? Improving your service delivery, whatever you are doing as your core mandate. So this is we need to ensure. So we have to digitize. Very, very important. Because today, till today, although we have been talking about it since last 2 years, and about 3 years back, we had set up the IT cell in our Brahmaputra board. But there is, but the board has not undergone any digital transformation. Still, everything is, except that we have started using e-office for the purpose of moving files, right? And now we have adopted e-HRMS and Sparrow. Yesterday, there was a training on Sparrow. Except for these things, there is no digital transformation of the Brahmaputra board. Even today, if you want any data, you cannot get it online, right? You have to write a letter to the division, and then the data will come, and that will take time. So therefore, we have to focus on this. We have to also focus on how we can, because we have this challenge of manpower, and all our field units. If you look at, we have 16 divisions in Brahmaputra board, field divisions. Now, except 1 or 2 divisions, all these divisions are without any engineers, or without any executive engineers. There is no executive engineer. There is, in many, there is no assistant executive engineer. There is no assistant engineer, or there is, there are 5 posts, but there is only 1 junior engineer working there. In some places, not even junior engineer is there, right? So this is the state of affairs in which we are. So obviously, we cannot implement projects. So we have to find, also it is true that we cannot hire somebody and give him the designation of executive engineer. That's not possible. If you hire somebody, he will be able to work only to support you, not to exercise the technical and administrative and other powers. Okay? And cannot be held accountable for performing those functions. So therefore, we have to find alternative mechanisms. So one alternative mechanism is that we leverage the machinery of the state government, because we are working only for the state government. So we leverage the machinery of the state government and give the money to the state government, but control right from beginning to the end for implementation of the project. Then we monitor. Then it will also give us the added benefit of monitoring the project properly. Because we cannot criticize our own work. Normally that is basic human weakness. That if I do something, I will continue to believe that I have done a great job. Right? So if we ask ourselves, we will say that, wow, we are implementing great projects. Okay? We will tend to believe that. We will genuinely believe कि हमने बहुत बढ़िया प्रोजेक्ट करे हैं, हम इतना अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट है. But if you go a little deeper, there is no reason to celebrate the quality of project implementation that we have been doing. Right? So we will get the opportunity to really look at the quality of the work, look at the speed at which the work is done before releasing the payment to the state government. We will be in a position to control better. So we should do that. NMCG is already doing it. We should also do that. Then we also need to review our structure. The organizational structure also needs a relook. So we should work on reorganization, just as we worked on reorganization in 2019, and it has been 7 years after that, right? But we have not solved our problems. That 2019 reorganization did not solve any problem. It created a lot of problems, right? So we have to revisit our organizational structure, our organizational setup. We have to also develop systems to monitor the productivity levels, productivity management. Because if we, this is a fundamental principle of management, that if you don't measure something, you cannot manage it. If you cannot measure something, you cannot manage it. You can never control it because you are not measuring. So how can you control it? Right? So if we don't measure productivity, we will not be able to enhance productivity. And if you don't enhance productivity, as an organization, we will not be able to fulfill our mandate, serve the society, have good reputation in the society. We cannot. Only an organization with high productivity can enjoy a great reputation in the society. Other organizations do not have a right to enjoy a great reputation in the society, because the society will value only your performance, how productive you are. And productivity is possible. This measurement of productivity is possible only if you have clear targets, clear goals, objectives, and how much you have progressed towards them, how much of your target you have achieved, how much of your goals you have achieved, right? So obviously productivity system, productivity management system needs to be developed. And as GM was telling, in the Smart India Hackathon, a team from IIT Jammu worked on this problem, which we had projected to them. They have developed a solution, conceptual solution, and we are looking forward to associate with them for the next 6 months to customize that system and roll it out. so that we can use it. Then the other important thing is project management. GM has already explained that we are moving in the direction of adopting Primavera as a project management software in order to address this issue. Because engineering is one thing and project management is another thing. We have seen project after project how inefficient our project planning and project implementation has been. How inefficient. One project, from the time of its initiation, when the idea comes, when the proposal is initiated, from that time until the project DPR is made, it takes years. Sometimes it takes 2 years, sometimes it takes 3 years. From the proposal date to the making of the DPR. And then after the DPR is made, it is of so poor quality that the Central Water Commission takes years clearing that. It takes 1 year, 2 years for clearing one DPR. Because they have a lot of objections, a lot of technical observations, because the quality of the DPR. So obviously we cannot argue that, wow, we are great project managers. We do not know. We are not ourselves making the DPR. We are giving it to a consultant. But we do not even take the good work from the consultant. We do not have that capability. So whatever DPR he gives, we take it to CWC. And CWC then finds 1,000 faults in that DPR. We are not able to find any fault. So there is a problem. And when this TEC comes from the CWC, then we implement the project. We start the process of implementing the project in the field. And we see that the project was to be implemented in 1 year, 2 years, but it takes 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I'm not exaggerating. It takes that much time. So obviously we are not doing any project management. If we were doing any project management, it would not happen. And you tell me, if you have allocated a certain cost to that project, and you say that the project will be implemented in 2 years, then obviously that cost is sufficient for implementing the project in 2 years. If you are implementing that project in 6 years, obviously the cost is not sufficient, right? But we still implement in the same amount of money. Then obviously we are not doing a fine job, we are not doing a quality job. So we are not doing any project management. And project after project, I am seeing that हमारा contractor management is very poor. In almost every project, there is a 36 का आंकड़ा between the contractor and the project man. There is dispute. And we do not have any expertise in handling that dispute. We have not developed any expertise in handling the dispute. So project after project, contractor raises a dispute, we do not do anything, or whatever we do in such a way that we are not able to protect the interest of Brahmaputra board, the organization. And then he goes to the arbitrator. Then arbitrator takes time and gives an award in favor of the contractor. I don't know whether there is any arbitration proceeding in the last 40 years or 45 years of Brahmaputra board's existence where the arbitrator has given an award in favor of Brahmaputra board. Right? It would not be. So obviously we do not know how to manage a project. We have no idea how to manage a project. But we believe that we are doing a great job. We are doing great projects. We are really very good at it. So this illusion cannot make us a great organization. We have to get over this illusion. We have to address this illusion. And we have to go for project management skills. So development of project management skills and project management processes and controlling the projects throughout its life cycle that is what we need to adopt, we need to learn as an organization. So we have to initially hire project managers. We should hire project managers. Qualified, certified project managers we should hire, whose job will be to keep controlling all the projects with reference to the project management principles, so that no project goes beyond time. No project suffers a quality issue, and no project should get into disputes, etc. And let us also have officers who volunteer. Let us identify a few officers whom we will send for training, sponsor for training as project managers, and let them get the certification. So let us have gradually, let us build an army of certified project managers from within our organization. My dream is that in a period of next 10 years, every engineer in Brahmaputra board should be a certified project manager. Should be a certified project manager. If every engineer becomes a certified project manager, we will be able to do our project management in a much better way. Because it is all about, see what happens, unless, in medical college, one of the first things that they teach us when we start going to clinical classes, seeing the patient, okay? So because in the first 2 years, they just tell us theory, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, etc. And then we are sent to the ward to see the patient, to examine, to learn on the patient. So one of the first things that is told is that, see, your eyes don't see what your mind doesn't know. Your eyes cannot see what your mind does not know. So even if the patient has all the symptoms and signs of a disease, if you do not know about that disease, if you do not know about the signs and symptoms of that disease, you will not know. How can you get to know, right? You will not be able to help the patient because you won't understand the patient, the illness of the patient. So you won't be able to help. So unless we know project management, we would not even know what is going wrong in the project, right? How will we know? Because unless our mind knows, our eyes don't see it clearly. Data is another important area. We have to develop our data portal. We have to have our data center. We have to have data sharing protocols. We have to have collaboration, MOUs, etc. with the data sources from where we get, whether it is IMD or whether it is state government, whether it is CWC, whether it is the geological survey or the survey of India or whatever. From wherever the data is going to come, let us have arrangements, APIs, etc. with them for data sharing. Now, audit is going on. Is over? No? SSCA is over? Okay, complete draft report you have received. So we have, okay. And you have received the observations on all the issues that they were examining.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Reports containing the paras on the
Okay.
basis.
Oh, okay. So the observations that they had made, we had sent replies to the observations. So the CAG has conducted the SSCA, Subject Specific Compliance Audit. It is a form of performance audit. It is different from the transaction audit that the CAG conducts every year. The performance audit or SSCA is conducted once in 5 years or 7 years or something like that, right? 10 years. So last performance audit was done around 10 years ago. So this exercise is a very important exercise. It tells us, it is like it shows us the mirror, right? So this SSCA is nothing but a mirror in which we can look at ourselves, how we look. What are our strengths and weaknesses, what problems are there, because there is something called confirmation bias. Okay, we continue to think about only those things which we think are going well, which we think we are doing fine. So we keep on talking about those things. This is a basic human cognitive bias problem. We don't talk about things which are problematic, which are our weakness, where we have failed, right? We don't even think about those things. We don't talk about them, we don't think about them. So they recede into darkness. They become unknown to even ourselves. They go into our unconscious. Now, when something goes into our unconscious, it does not cease to exist. It acquires more power, right? It acquires more power. And then it changes you, your behavior, your attitude, which you are not aware. So this exercise which the CAG has done, it is a very big opportunity for us, for all the offices, all the branches. It is a very good, all the divisions. It is a very good opportunity for us to understand ourselves better and learn from and address those issues which are highlighted by the audit. If we do that, it will be a great reform, because most of these issues that the audit has communicated in the report, most of these would require reform. Addressing them will require reforms. So let us undertake those reforms and benefit from, then only we will benefit from this exercise. Okay, now coming to Then one more thing that I wish to mention about is the externally aided projects. We have one project which we are doing with the European Union under India-EU partnership, India-EU water partnership, developing the Barak River Basin Management Plan. And the other partnership under the externally aided project, we are hopefully very soon going to have with ADB, Asian Development Bank. And that will be more for technical capacity building of the organization, building the technical capacity of Brahmaputra Board. So we should leverage these two things for a sustainable transformation of our organization. Sustainable, I'm emphasizing the word sustainable, because sometimes somebody will come, will do whatever is to be done, prepare a report, okay, and then go away, and that report just stays on the table and nothing happens, right? It does not change that organization. So we should use these projects for changing our organization. Then now coming to capacity building and IGOT and this the award that we have, prizes that we have given today to some of the officers. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone who has got the prize. And there are many people who have got the consolation prize. I congratulate them also. There may be many people who may be feeling that they have done far better, you know, and they have not got any prize. Okay, so I congratulate them also. This is an initiative which is available to everyone, all the 170 officials of Brahmaputra Board. It is available to everyone every month. It is available to everyone every month. Because we are giving the prize based on your performance during a month. So those who perform very well, top 3, and actually top 13, right? Top 13 people will get the prize. The first award is 5,000 rupees, first prize. Second prize is 3,000 rupees, and the third prize is 2,000 rupees. And then there are 10 consolation prizes of 1,000 rupees each. So 13 people will get the prize every month. Now I want everyone to get the prize. Not get only the consolation prize, but get the main prize. Because we are not going to repeat. If somebody gets the first prize or second prize or third prize, you know, the first prize fellow will not get the prize again. But the second one can get first prize in future. The third one can get second or first prize in future. Okay. So everyone has an opportunity. You not only get this prize, prize is not about money. It is not about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 or 5,000 rupees. It is about the recognition. It is about your feeling that you have distinguished yourself and that distinction has been recognized. So it is that. So everyone, I want, everyone should get the award. Everyone should try. You get the award if you try for it, right? If you don't try, then obviously you don't get. And it is not difficult, because all that you need to do, and is, you know, it is about a habit. The purpose of this prize is nothing but to develop a certain habit in you. And what is the habit that I want you to develop? It is to spend some time on learning. That it should become a habit. Develop the habit of learning every day. Okay. So if you learn, let us say, if you spend 1 hour, only 1 hour every day on learning, okay, in 1 month, you will be able to mobilize 30 hours of learning. On Saturday, Sunday, you can do maybe 3-4 hours. Then it becomes 50-60 hours. Okay. So 50 to 100 hours of learning every month, everybody should do. It will give you a lot of benefit. Price is just the one thing. It will give you confidence. It will make you more effective in your work. It will make you contribute to discussions. It will enhance your social status, because you know, obviously social status is directly linked to your knowledge, right? When you are interacting with people, you come off well if you know. If you don't know, then you don't come off so well. So that affects your social status. So therefore, I want everyone to develop this habit. Spend at least 1 hour every day. I will also start doing it now. So because I will do it, I will expect everyone to do it. Spend 1 hour every day on learning. On weekends, spend more time. Saturday, Sunday, spend more time. Maybe 3-4 hours. Then it will help us in our transformation process. It will change the organization. This little effort of spending 1 hour every day will change the organization. And that is the biggest contribution that you will be making in the future of Brahmaputra. So I see that there are many officers who have done only one course, right? I will read out the names: Nirmal Das, Amarendra Nath, Ravindra Barwa, Indra Rajkumari, Devendra Rajak, Atul Datta, Gitanjali, Deepak Das, section officer, Nurina Khatun. Then 3 officers have not done any: Thomba Singh, Anil Kotwal, and Mukund Kumar. They have not done even one course. Now I think this Kotwal is a new officer, right? Then some have done only 2 courses. Some have done only 3 courses. So this is not on. Now I want every officer, IMTS and above, everyone, to spend at least 1 hour every day on this. So average 10 hours in a week, right? Every officer, everyone should spend at least 10 hours in a week on IGOT, on doing courses on IGOT. If you spend 10 hours in a week, then 40 hours in a month, you are able to easily do. So 40, 50, 100, jitna. Now I see that some officers have, I told you that some officers have done only 0 or 1 courses in last 1.5 years. 1.5 साल हो गया ना इसको? नहीं 6 महीने तो हमको अपनी ये प्राइज स्कीम को हो गया नहीं, बट ये So I see that Geetu Burman has completed 412 courses. So let's give him a big hand. but he did not do so well in December, January, and February. What? December, January, February. So number 2 is Abhik Datta. He has done 368 courses. He has completed. Great, well done. Then Ranjan Rai has done 193 courses, right? And Kandarpa Das, यहाँ पे है, बिहारी में है. He's there. Let us see him.
I got it.
Achha, achha. Okay. So he has done 147 courses. Let's give him a big hand. Mr. Prasenjit Saloi has done 142 courses. Gitali Bora has done 135 courses. Shilpika has done 103 courses. So these are the officers who have done more than 100. They have already hit a century. So like some people have hit triple century and tetra century also. So everybody should have 100 courses within मतलब देखो, एक तो मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि अभी ये जो अप्रैल का महीना चल रहा है, अप्रैल के एंड तक किसी के भी 50 से कम कोर्सेज नहीं होने चाहिए. 50 तो कम से कम होने चाहिए. ओके, हाँ. तो चलो हम कहते हैं भाई 25 से कम किसी के नहीं होने चाहिए बाय एंड ऑफ अप्रैल. पर एंड ऑफ अप्रैल तक 25 से कम जिसके होंगे उसको हम स्पेशली यहाँ पे ऑनर करेंगे. We will have special session for people who would finish with less than 25 courses at the end of April. So message is very clear. This is not a formality. Doing courses on iGod is not a formality. It has many different types of courses. One category is mandatory courses, which are given to you, which are assigned to you. When you log in, you can see them, what your mandatory courses are. Those courses you have to do, they are compulsory. If you don't do, then it will affect your APAR, your performance appraisal. Then out of that also, 50% of the courses are under comprehensive assessment. So that means you have to do a test, and it is a longish test, I think 50 questions or something. So you have to pass this, at least 50% marks you should get out of that. So it is easy. Once you do the course, there is no way you can fail in the assessment, right? Because it's fairly easy. So this is one type of course. Then there are courses which are advanced level, intermediate level and advanced level courses. There are courses that you have on specific subjects like AI. There are also external courses like Coursera courses are there, Harvard courses are there. So you should make use of all this facility which is available and do these courses. It is not a formality, it is a great use of time, utilization of time. The time which you waste without any. See, जिन्होंने भी, अच्छा इसमें दुर्गादास का नहीं बोला क्या मैंने? बोला था? दुर्गाधर दास, हाँ. Durgadhar Das has done 368 courses. He is at number 2. So let's give him a big hand. So जिन्होंने भी ये किया है, let's say Gitu is there, Gitali is there, Ranjan is there, they can vouch that by doing these courses, they have not lost anything. They have not got a feeling of having done a wrong thing or wasted their time. Have you got a feeling that you have wasted your time? कैसी feeling है? Shilpika? So you get a good feeling, right? And if you don't do it, what kind of feeling you get? If you don't do these courses, what kind of feeling do you get?
They are winners and you are loser. We are seeing new cases.
So, something which gives us a good feeling we should do. Not doing will not give us a good feeling, right? So it is not a formality. It is a great investment, great investment. It is a much more valuable investment than your FD or your mutual fund, right? Or your stocks. It is or buying gold, or buying property. It is much more valuable investment than that. Because it will enhance your capability. Your capability to do well in your office, in your job, to do well in society, to do well in market, job market. You can, because it will enhance your value. It will enhance your value. And when you invest in stock market, you can lose money. Can you? If you invest in mutual fund also, you can lose money. If you invest in gold, you can lose money still. But if you invest your time, and it is free, all these courses are free. If you buy stock, you have to spend some money, right? But here you don't have to spend any money. All these courses are free. And whatever value it creates in you, that value you can lose. It will always be your part and parcel. You cannot lose that. Nobody can become worse off because he knows more. So therefore, it is there is no justification for ignoring this, right? There is no justification for not doing it. So those who are not doing it, they are missing a lot. And now you should catch up. Now you should start and catch up. So make full use of this. Now the last thing that I want to say is that we have to take our capacity building to the next level, capacity building system to the next level. IGOT is one thing. Everybody should make full use of IGOT. And it is transparent. Your effort will be seen, monitored, and rewarded. We are going for revitalization of Nihari. That will change Nihari and enhance its capacity to give better training. And do that, those three things: standards and speed and scale. So that all three should go up for Nihari, so that we are able to have better technical and non-technical capabilities in our officers as well as officers of the state governments. We should also focus on knowledge sharing. We should also focus on subject matter experts. They are also part of our capacity building architecture. Everybody is doing good work. Now, for example, Gitu Burman has done good work in learning on IGOT. It's a great distinction. So we should, just like we have TED Talks, on TV, on YouTube, TED Talks. So somebody comes, there is an audience. So that person shares his idea, his experience, etc., on some interesting matter. And everybody benefits by it. Everybody who is sitting there or everybody who is watching the video, everybody gains a lot of insight. Okay. So similar thing we should start here in Brahmaputra. We have this new conference hall that we have made, thanks to Guwahati division, special efforts of Deepak. It's a good facility. So let us make use of that. Let us organize such sessions where anyone should come, volunteer to come and talk about his good work. It may be in learning, capacity building. It may be in some project. It may be in some other initiative that he has taken on in his own branch or division, office, etc. Let us start this kind of an initiative. I think it will lead to great outcomes. It will also become a big force multiplier. It might bring a new cultural change in the organization. People will, because public talking is a great skill, public speaking. So everyone should become a good public speaker. And when you go and talk, you have to organize your thoughts. You have to make a forceful case. So a lot of skills you develop. I have seen when I came here about 2 years back, and since then I have seen many of you have become far better in your communication. So let us provide more opportunity. Three other areas which everyone should improve. One is coordination. If we have to become a great organization, we should, because like Moriam also said, that's a challenge you said, कि हम लोग coordinate नहीं करते हैं, coordination across branches. So this coordination is a great mindset, a great skill. We have to develop it. We cannot become a great organization if everyone is not having a very high motivation for coordination. Because जिसको हम silos बोलते हैं, वो silos is nothing but an extension of the mindset of not coordinating. Then silos develop automatically. Silos are not made of concrete, right? They are made of attitudes. So attitudes can change. So we have to develop the attitude of coordination. Secondly, we have to develop the skill of communication. Everybody should become a better communicator. What is meant by better communication? It means thinking. First thing, because often we think that communication is about telling. First thing is thinking. If you are not thinking, you cannot tell. For example, if I come here and talk to you, If I have not thought about what I'm going to talk, right? I cannot talk. I cannot communicate. Okay. So thinking is the first thing. And thinking is a habit. And it is a rare habit. Do you agree? Thinking is a rare habit. We are all afraid of thinking. This is one thing which we are all afraid of. Because thinking costs a great responsibility. It requires a great discipline. We are all the time thinking, but rubbish. Right? So communication is about 90% thinking. Once you have organized your thoughts, then you have to express. And express clearly so that the other person understands. And the other person is influenced. Because communication is not just for, it is not a formality. It is not only for the purpose of information. It is also for the purpose of changing the listener or the recipient in the desired direction, right? So our communication is effective if it influences. So this communication is a very important function which we have been ignoring. It is important for the organization. It is important for the individual. It is important for the branch, cell, division. It is very important. It is important for your work. Your communication with your contractor, let us say. If you do not have proper skills for communicating with your contractor, your project work will suffer. Your disputes will increase. So it is very important aspect. So everybody should improve, should invest. There are communication courses on IGOT. You know, there are many courses on communication, and I think one course is a part of. Is it a part of mandatory courses on communication? So we should focus on coordination. We should focus on communication. And the third thing is that we should focus on leadership. We should all become leaders. We should all become leaders means we should set a good example. We should all work. We should all work in order to set a good example before others, in order to inspire others. So you should all do some courses on leadership. Okay, what is leadership? What are the leadership qualities? What are the functions of leadership? How leaders influence the organizational behavior? So you cannot see, we started from Sadhana Saptah, the concept of Sadhana Saptah. What is the objective of this Sadhana Saptah? The ultimate objective is to develop the capacity in the bureaucrats, in everyone working in the government, to develop their capacity to become leaders, so that they are able to lead the organization lead wherever they are working, at whatever level they are working, they are able to lead the resources that are at their command in order to contribute to the dream of Viksit Bharat, developed country, developed India. So we need to all become leaders in that sense, because leadership is not a function of position in the hierarchy. Okay, so you can be, let us say, a person at a very high level without any leadership qualities. It is possible. And you can have a person at a very low, let us say at the MTS level, with great leadership qualities, right? It is very much possible. So leadership has nothing to do with your place in hierarchy. It is a matter of your mindset, your attitude, how you look at things, your perception, how you look at your role in the organization. So as I had earlier also perhaps mentioned, the difference between a leader and a worker is this, that a leader, whoever, whether he is MTS or whatsoever, okay, a leader is one who is all the time thinking about and doing something about how he can contribute to the organization, to fulfilling the purpose of the organization. So what is it that he can do for the organization? He is a leader at whatever level he may be. And if a person is all the time thinking about what he can take from the organization, right? What the organization can do, what benefit, what this thing he can take. If all the time he is obsessed with only that, he is a worker, right? He is an employee. He is not a leader. And the miracle is this, that if you have a worker mindset, you will feel miserable because you may not get all the things that you are expecting. Okay, so you will have lot of complaints. You will become complaining kind of person. And if you have the leader mindset and you are thinking about how you can contribute to the organization, then you will become so valuable in the organization. Everybody will look at you with a lot of respect, with a lot of appreciation, and whatever you need, people will cooperate so that you get it, right? They will go out of their way in order to see that you get it, because they look at you with a lot of positivity. So this is the paradox. If you have a leader's mind, your own needs are taken care of because you are taking care of the needs of the organization. You are working for the needs of the organization. So everybody should develop leadership. Everybody should stay motivated. And then during this year, 2026-27, let us do our best to change the organization, to change Brahmaputra board. And it will be possible if we change ourselves. Okay, so like Gandhi said, that be the change that you want to see in the world. So be that change that you want to see in the world. Thank you. So I hand over to you.
Yes, our additional director Hindi for
आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, माननीय महाप्रबंधक महोदय, माननीय उप वित्तीय सलाहकार महोदया, माननीय निदेशक नेहारी, सम्मानित अधिकारीगण, कर्मचारीगण एवं प्रिय प्रतिभागियों, आज के इस मिशन कर्मयोगी में साधना सप्ताह कार्यक्रम के तहत ब्रह्मपुत्र में शासन की चुनौतियां, सुधार की प्राथमिकताएं प्राथमिकताएं एवं सुशासन जैसे महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर आयोजित चर्चा में आप सभी की सक्रिय सहभागिता एवं मूल्यवान विचारों के लिए मैं हृदय से आप सभी का आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। विशेष रूप से मैं अध्यक्ष महोदय का धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिन्होंने क्षमता विकास, स्वशिक्षा, नए कोर्स, कार्यक्रमों एवं ब्रह्मपुत्र बोर्ड की चुनौतियों के बारे में हमें बारीकी से बताया। सर के मार्गदर्शन एवं प्रेरणादायी विचारों ने आज इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाया है। साथ ही मैं माननीय महाप्रबंधक महोदय जी का धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करती हूँ, जिन्होंने जल प्रबंधन की चुनौतियों, प्रशासनिक चुनौतियों, डेटा प्रबंधन, तकनीकी चुनौतियों के बारे में हमें बताया तथा उसके सुधार के उपाय बताए। इसके साथ ही सर ने बाढ़ की समस्या, जलवायु की समस्याओं के बारे में भी हमें बताया है, जिससे ब्रह्मपुत्र बोर्ड जूझ रहा है। भविष्य में निश्चित रूप से इन सभी चुनौतियों से उबरकर ब्रह्मपुत्र बोर्ड एक विकसित बोर्ड बन के हमारे सामने आएगा। इसके बाद मैं उप वित्तीय सलाहकार महोदया का धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करती हूँ, जिन्होंने ब्रह्मपुत्र बोर्ड में वित्तीय मामलों के बारे में अपने विचार हमारे समक्ष रखे। इसके बाद मैं सभी प्रतिभागियों का धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिन्होंने अपनी सक्रिय भागीदारी से इस चर्चा को सार्थक एवं प्रभावमयी बनाया है। अंत में इस कार्यक्रम के सफल आयोजन के लिए मैं निदेशक निहारी महोदय का भी धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करती हूँ तथा उनके सभी टीम के सहयोगी का आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। धन्यवाद सर।